But just before I go into the video, I just want to say I'm trying something a bit different on the Sunday, as it is a cup final. We're going to try a sort of reaction video, a live reaction video for that matter. So feel free to sub. You know, it's going to be something interesting. I can assure you we got slightly mental when we score, but it should be quite fun. Hello people, it's your boy Osman back again with another video. I hope you like my shirt. Let's talk about the final. It is the EFL Cup final. Manchester United v Southampton. It should have been Liverpool, but you bottled it. So we got a slightly easier fixture against Southampton. First things first. I don't really know what's happening with the Mkhitaryan and Carrick situation. Are they injured? I don't really know. Fingers crossed, the fit, but regardless of, you know, their situation, I feel like our squad is more than capable of bringing home the silverware on the Sunday. I've kind of alluded to it after the whole game, how huge of a, you know, sort of moment this is in our season. The fact that if we can actually win some silverware this early on in the season, and how we can, you know, galvanize our players for the rest of the season, motivate them, give them confidence. You know, I mentioned in my previous video about the psychological aspects of football. This would be a massive confidence boost, not only in the, you know, that sort of self-belief and the, you know, believing that they can actually achieve something at right now, but the fact that they can trust the manager more, knowing that he can potentially lead us to more success, such as winning the cup on the weekend. But that other side, there's a couple of things that I do want to address before I do my team selection. First thing first is that we really do need to come out the blocks firing, because Southampton defensively are a very solid team. We saw what they could do against Liverpool. I'm not really looking at their the form going into the cup, because I feel in the Premier League they've not really paid much attention. I know they got beat by Arsenal 5-0, but again, I don't really feel like they tried in that game, because, you know, it wasn't really a game that they felt was important to them. So I'm not really looking at their form in the last couple of weeks. For me, that's irrelevant. What they did against Liverpool, you saw that, you know, the pace that they can offer going forward. So it's something that we really do need to be careful of when we're over, you know, in our own sort of strategy in this game. The issue that I feel like Jose might have is, you know, between two sort of it's like a lesser of two evils thing. Do you go, you know, attacking, or do you play it not safe but cautiously? Because, like, there's a lot of options that he does have, particularly in the final third and the midfield, that he can change, and that will impact the game so hugely. And I'll give you an example here. So if we were to play Lingard on the right instead of Marcus Rashford, that automatically for me is just sort of a message that Jose is thinking, you know what, we need to be careful of them in the counter, because we all know that Lingard is considerably better than Rashford at tracking back, and his sort of work rate in general is considerably better than Rashford. He's just an overall better option if you're gonna look to play slightly more defensively, well, have a bit of a more defensive sort of standpoint on the game, because you know he can track back a lot better than Rashford did. Obviously Rashford made that mistake against Arsenal, and that's something we can't afford in the cup final. So there's a lot of battles like that they're gonna have happen all over the pitch, and there's something that Jose really needs to, you know, think about before he actually picks his team selection. The midfield for me is an absolutely massive battle here. We've got the likes of Tadic, Classy, who I think is a fantastic player, and then, you know, them playing against, you know, potentially Fellaini for us, and Herrera. It's just not going to work. Honestly, I really don't want to see Fellaini in that starting lineup. I've said it so many times, and I'm pretty sure I'm echoing most of Man United fans' sort of worries going into this game. The fact that Carrick is potentially injured. I think he is injured. Just the fact that Fellaini might start, honestly, that's really worrying me, especially with the likes of Tadic, who's quite a creative spark, and also he's quite quick and agile on the ball. You know, Fellaini is quite the opposite, let's be honest, so he might struggle against someone of his quality in that sort of pocket. So that's something that I really hope Jose has a look at. Fellaini did have an absolute shocker against St Etienne, and we got overrun massively. There was no protection for the back four. That's something, again, that we need to, you know, pay attention to, because it's a cup final. Anything can happen the day. This is football. You know, we can't really take Southampton lightly at all. I'm not going into this game thinking we're going to win. I'm actually genuinely really nervous, because I know how huge of a sort of how huge this could be for our season. The fact that we've got a bit of a trophy under our belt, it takes that sort of burden off Jose slightly. He gets that sort of swag and confidence back about him, and that's something that you've gradually seen with Jose in the last couple of weeks. You've seen him, grow into the person that we know Jose is. That sort of charismatic personality in front of the press. You've seen him getting it back recently, and that's because of the confidence and the fact that we're putting in solid performances, and I think this will really galvanise our team for the rest of the season. So fingers crossed we get it right, and we don't make any stupid mistakes. And like I said, we need to be focused from the minute one. Against St Etienne in particular at Old Trafford, I was not happy at all with the lack of concentration. I'd like to imagine it is a cup final and the players will be very focused prior to the start of the game, and in the first 20 minutes we're going to be in their faces and not allowing them to settle, and just obviously dictate the play and control the game from minute one, because Southampton are actually a really good team. I know their recent form in the league illustrates otherwise, but make no mistake about it, they actually are a good team, and I'm genuinely worried. But yeah, let's get into the team section. This is the team I would pick. By all means, leave your comments regarding your team selections and anything that you feel that I've probably not touched upon. So first of all, it's a bit obvious. De Gea in there. Valencia right back, he's had a rest for this game. Bailly and Smalling for me, centre backs. The only reason being is because they've got a good partnership, and I feel like their understanding is probably going to be better than Bailly and Rojo. I don't think they've developed that kind of understanding yet because I've not played many games, and this is not a situation that you want to be taking any unnecessary risks. At left back, I would love to see Luke Shaw, but let's be honest, that is not going to happen in a million years. So I'm going to go for that man, Daley Blind. I feel like he's got the composure on the ball. He's not the quickest, so he might struggle against some of their players, in particular Redmond. However, in these kind of situations, he's cool as you like, basically. Midfield, I'm going to go for 4-2-3-1. I don't know, it's a bit of a tight one because like I said, there's a lot of different situations. We can go attacking or defensive. So there's two options here. It's either 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, which shows is both played so far. So if we were going to go for the 4-2-3-1, I'd go for Pogba and Herrera and Mata sitting in front of them because Mickey's obviously not fit. If I'm going for the 4-3-3, I'd play for Bastian, Herrera and Pogba. Obviously Pogba in front of Herrera and Bastian. I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm going to go for the 4-2-3-1 because I think it's realistic with what Jose will do, and I suppose I just got to be a bit realistic. As long as Fellaini's not in there, I'll accept it. So we're going to go for Herrera, Pogba, Juan Mata at the top of them. Juan Mata has been absolutely fantastic, in particular on the right wing. Because Mkhitaryan is most likely not playing, I'm going to put Mata in number 10. On the left wing, picks itself, Anthony Martial. He has to play for me. I don't see who else can take that spot off him, really. I know Rooney is actually fit, but I'd be very upset if Rooney's starting over anyone else, really, let's be honest. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't been playing, so Rooney can't be put into a game like this. Off the bench, by all means, that'll be fantastic for him to lift the trophy. On the right, I'm gonna actually go for Jesse Lingard, and this is actually quite hypocritical of me because I know I give the guy quite a lot of stick and I say I don't rate him as much as some of our other players, but what I alluded to earlier regarding the sort of tracking back aspect of him and what he does off the ball, I think in the cup final it's quite important that we don't get too carried away. If we, in my opinion, if we play Rashford there instead of Lingard, which is what I do in a Premier League game, I think it's too attacking in this instance. Either way, I'd be happy. However, it's just one of them things. I'm kind of playing it safe. And up front, there's no questions out there. Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front. I'm honestly genuinely nervous in this game. So let's talk about Southampton. Obviously our team's very strong on paper, but anything can happen on the day. Who are the danger men for Southampton? Redmond's the obvious one. He absolutely ripped Liverpool a new one in those two legs in particular. His finishing did let him down. However, he's still young and he's still capable of learning and improving on his finishing, and that's not something I'm worried about anyways. But his pace in particular up against Blind is going to be it's going to be interesting to watch. Hopefully Martial helps and doubles up on Redmond. That's very important that we get everything down to a T. It's all well and good going forward against Southampton, but we need to be aware of how they can attack us and counter attack us in particular on the break very quickly. Other players, the obvious one is Gabardini. Let's be honest, it's been fantastic since he's joined. some of the goals he scored has been absolutely quality. That brace he scored was fantastic. It's some of the finishing just been, you know, he seems like one of those players, he needs half a chance and then he'll just put it away. Lately we've been giving a lot of half chances away to lesser opposition. I really hope we don't, you know, it doesn't come back to bite us. Other players that I think that we need to be aware of, I've already alluded to him. Classy, I think, was a fantastic player. Tadic, I also think, is a fantastic player. On the day can, you know, dictate play and pass the ball around fantastically. They're good at controlling the play. That's why it's important that we get in the face at the start of the game and we don't allow them to settle. Try to, you know, well, obviously we get an early goal. That'll be a massive benefit. But overall, I think that's about it, if I'm being honest with you. The main thing that, you know, let's be honest, the missing Van Dijk, that is a massive bonus for us, and I'm really hoping Zlatan bullies Yoshida. I'm not sure who plays with him. Is it Stevens that's playing there? I haven't looked at the last couple of games, but I know Yoshida does definitely play there. Yoshida's a decent player, but Zlatan should be causing him problems all day long, hopefully. But minus that, they also got Shane Long, who I think is an underrated player in my personal opinion. He did get that goal to kick Liverpool out, but he's very quick on the break in particular, so that's something that we definitely need to be aware of, especially in the latter stages of the game. But yeah, also what I do want to say is I'm thinking of doing a different sort of a different way of doing previews. I'm contemplating, well, I'm just going to give you an idea. Basically, I'd love to see what you lot think in previews and possibly, you know, add your lot's opinions in. So if you want to send me like a minute clip talking about your team selections, your score predictions, I'd love to, not for this preview obviously because I've recorded it, but like for future previews, just let me know if you think that's a good idea or if you're interested in, you know, getting involved in that aspect. You know, just message me. I don't bite. But yeah, going back to the game itself, I'm going to go for a 2-1. Like I said, I'm very nervous going into this game. I think it's going to be a tight game. It's a cup competition. Anything can happen on the day. I'm going to go 2-1 win. I think it'll be 1-1 at half time. I don't know why. I just think it's going to be like a really open game in the first half. Southampton, like I said, a good ball playing team, so I'm quite worried. As long as we get pace in behind, get the ball up to Zlatan, and get people running off Zlatan, we should have joy going forward because the defence without Van Dijk is definitely weak. So I'm confident in the sense of us going forward. It's just our defence frailties that might just come back and bite us on the, you know where. But yeah, apart from that, oh God. What was it? One more sleep? 2 more sleeps until the cup final, boys. Oh dear, I don't know what to expect. But yeah, like I said, feel free to sub, feel free to like, feel free to comment your team selections. Like I mentioned a bit earlier on, we're going to do something slightly different here for the match reaction. Going to be recording myself and possibly a couple of friends and cousins, watching the game live, and obviously we'll show you our match reactions. Well, it's going to be a natural match reaction either way, so, you know, keep an eye on that on the Sunday. But, you know, apart from that, enjoy your weekend of us not playing the Premier League and hopefully the team's bottling it. It's been your boy Usman. I hope you like my shirt. Feel free to like, feel free to share, feel free to comment. Peace! Come on, United! Come on, United!